Hey, look what happened. Is this crazy?
Even before Donald Trump's inauguration as 47th president, America and the world are witnessing a whirlwind of preterm actions and the Trump effect in Congress.
If you read the bill carefully,
on the border,
don't mess with Trump and don't mess with Texas.
and beyond our borders. This week, the impact of a second Trump term, even before it's begun.
Why was there no water in the hydrants?
The ongoing tragedy of the California wildfires has been years in the making, driven by policy.
Everything we do, it's with an equity lens.
And by ignoring hard lessons learned in other parts of the country.
Whenever you burn on a regular basis, it reduces the chance of there being a catastrophic wildfire.
This week, we look at the Los Angeles fires and a decade of other California fire disasters that predicted the current crisis.
This is a great day for women in America.
A vote to ban males from competing on female sports teams.
I would say that we just want fairness in our sport and we just want change to happen.
We look at the next step in the controversy over transgender athletes. Welcome to Full Measure. I'm Sharyl Attkisson. We begin today with Donald Trump. Within hours, against all odds, he will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States. But with President Biden largely out of the public eye for the past 6 months, it could be argued that Trump already began his second term when it comes to impact shortly after the election. 15 long months after the surprise attack on Israel by Islamic extremist Hamas terrorists, the prospect of a peaceful solution and release of Israel and U.S. hostages came after a threat from the incoming commander-in-chief.
If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
Though not even in office, Trump's representatives were said to be working on the deal along with President Biden's. The incoming president campaigned on ending wars. The Mideast conflict may be just the first.
If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours.
Another campaign promise to end the war between Russia and Ukraine that already cost $175 billion U.S. tax dollars prior to the election. In the 2 short months following his election, Donald Trump has floated the idea of annexing Canada.
Looks like the runway Santa Claus would land at.
Buying Greenland. His son flew there for a look.
Awesome day, boys and girls. We'll see you in Florida in a couple of hours.
Trump has also threatened to seize the Panama Canal, all for national security and economic reasons. And he suggested rebranding the world map.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
President-elect Donald Trump is already having a major impact.
Hey, look what happened. Is this crazy?
Arguably more in his pre-presidency period than any other commander-in-chief.
Let's go.
Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, Trump's point men on government waste, are already stirring up commotion on Capitol Hill. They effectively killed a 1,500-page boondoggle in Congress last month.
If you read the bill carefully, it contains pay raises for members of Congress, and I'm not making this up, an expansion of their federal health benefits. And the worst part is, they didn't want you to know about any of it.
Within hours, the controversial bill was dead. Trump's election is credited or blamed for the ousting of a world leader, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. In November, Trump met with Trudeau, making clear that he expects that country to stop flooding the U.S. with illegal immigrants and drugs. 2.5 weeks later, Canada announced plans to strengthen border security and its immigration system. Some in Trudeau's own party argued that he needed to take a tougher stance against Trump. The internal rift helped push Trudeau to announce his resignation earlier this month.
And it has become obvious to me with the internal battles that I cannot be the one to carry the liberal standard into the next election.
Also on illegal immigration, 2 days after Trump's November victory, news reports said that a huge caravan of would-be illegal immigrants heading to the U.S. through Mexico began to dissolve. And when Trump caught wind that the Biden administration was moving quickly to auction off border wall materials, Texas put that to a halt.
We think they were trying to sneak 8,000 panels or more under the nose of the American public, under the nose of the states, because they didn't notify us of the auction. They hid the photos, but President Trump caught them. Don't mess with Trump and don't mess with Texas.
On diplomacy, last month Trump was treated like the sitting president when visiting Notre Dame Cathedral in France. On big tech, executives who once banned and panned Trump and some of his followers are now pledging million-dollar donations to Trump's inauguration party. Amazon's Jeff Bezos, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg, and Sam Altman of OpenAI. Trump has also met privately with honchos from TikTok, Google, and Apple. On the media, ABC News Disney announced a humiliating settlement.
The network agrees to pay $15 million.
The conglomerate issued an apology to Trump and agreed to pay $15 million plus legal fees to settle a defamation suit. It was related to newsman George Stephanopoulos falsely claiming that a jury had found Trump liable for rape.
Donald Trump has been found liable for rape. Why are you supporting someone who's been found liable for rape?
Jurors had actually rejected the rape claim against Trump. On the economy,
SoftBank will be investing $100 billion in America, creating 100,000 American jobs at a minimum.
A Japanese company announced a $100 billion investment in the U.S.
I would really like to celebrate the great victory of President Trump.
And then a $20 billion investment by a United Arab Emirates company for data centers in the U.S.
But it's an honor to have such a great investor investing in our country.
Meantime, the cryptocurrency Bitcoin surged to record levels from about $67,000 the day before the election to past $107,000 per coin.
Crypto markets surging after Donald Trump won the 2024 presidential election.
On December 12th, Time announced Trump was its Person of the Year. The same day, he was at the New York Stock Exchange to ring the opening bell, signaling that he and his influence are already center stage and being seen and felt well in advance of ringing in a new administration. Another big change, just days before Trump resumes office, the FDA finally banned red dye number 3. As we recently reported here on Full Measure, the artificial dye was already banned in many other countries. Here in the U.S., it was banned from cosmetics in 1990 due to cancer risk. But the FDA dragged its feet on reviewing its safety in the food we eat. Red dye number 3 is used in processed foods such as candy and snacks. It's one of many chemicals that studies link to thyroid, heart, liver, reproductive and immune problems, and brain issues like hyperactivity. The FDA also recently banned brominated vegetable oil, or BVO, used in some sports drinks and sodas. Trump's choice to head HHS, which oversees our health agencies, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has promised to make America healthy again and tackle the safety of America's food supply.